Hello, good morning, and a very warm welcome on a Friday morning to the Ask Me Anything session for Electhon 2023, brought to you by Election Commission of India. So, without wasting much of time, we'll congratulate everyone, those who have submitted your ideas and are over here to understand how well you can further refine your ideas and work on it, as well as further understand if there are any last moment queries to make the submissions. So basically, this session is all about the Q&As that the participants have till now. And if someone who has joined has not yet registered, please make sure the registrations are closing tonight at 11:59 p.m. So do make sure to register and make your submissions ASAP. So Electhon is all about how can we encourage the voters and how could we engage the voters of India. So there are three problem statements or challenges shown to you. One, which is how one can ensure the registration of a new voters in an electoral roll. That is how you could add on new voters, the youth, to the electoral roll. Then the second one is how can we increase the participation of urban and youth voters in the elections to ensure their involvement in the democratic process. So it could be anything that you feel which increases the involvement of the youth, of the young voters in the election process. And the third and the last one, which is devise a solution that can boost voter turnout on election day at the polling stations by the creation of election anthems, jingles, and posters. So this could be anything wherein you are devising a solution that could boost the voter turnout on the election day. So we have three challenges open for everyone to participate, to work on it, and come up with the ideas, execution plan. Remember, execution plan is something which is must for the ideas to be shortlisted in. What is the plan that you're implementing in the end goal? What is the proof of concept of your execution plan? That must be present in the idea so that we are able to proceed to the offline finale round, which happens on 8th and 9th of April this year. So, with me today, we have the mentors with us. So, I'm welcoming Mr. Surya Sen. Hello, sir.
Yeah, hi. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, sir. Sir, we have a pretty huge crowd over here who are willing to have their last questions, like the last round of doubts which they are having on about the Electhon. What is the idea submission gonna look like? What is the best fit that they will be selected in? The queries like that. So, sir, if you could just throw some light on the problem statements first, like a brief, what should exactly be present in the problem statement? What is the final outcome expected, and then we can move on to the Q&A of the uh, for the today.
Okay. So, yeah, very good morning, everyone. I hope most of you would have already registered, and this might be a kind of a brush up session for you to understand a little bit more deeper on what the challenge really is and what we really expect out of your solutions. So, there are three challenges put forth in front of you, and all three are very, very clear and very, very simple, and they are very very important to address actually. So the solutions are also very varied. It's a vast challenge which is put in front of you. So uh, the solutions can have a very broad spectrum. So we are not stopping you, or we are not restricting you to any single kind of a solution, or any single direction to find a solution. So, all said, let us go into the challenge one. So, the challenge one is very specific and very particular, and it is a challenge across the country. So, it is not a challenge which is only specific to Karnataka, but it is a challenge which is specific across the country on how we can ensure the registration of new voters in electoral roll. So, I hope you would have already gone through the procedures of enrolling a person in electoral roll. If not, then it is very high time that you have to go through the procedures, because it is very, very important to know what is the procedure in which a person is enrolled, first of all, and what is the challenge in the existing procedure. So then only you will be able to understand how best you can propose a different solution. So the procedure now is very simple. There is a portal called National Voter Service Portal, nvsp.in, where people can go in and register. At the same time, people can go to an electoral registration officer, ERO, for a particular constituency. If it is an assembly constituency, there is an ERO for assembly constituency. So you can approach the ERO, and then you can register yourself by submitting a manual form, which is a filled in form that you can give it to them. And followed by that, there will be a booth level officer who will be visiting your house where you will be residing, and he or she will come and verify your whereabouts and verify your presence in that address, and then they will ensure that you will be given the right to vote. And the right to vote is also very, very important here, because it is a constitutional right which is given to all of us in the country. Because this adult suffrage is something which is given in the country for the first time in the world, actually, for 18 years and above people. This is something which is very important that all of us should learn. Why 18 years, and why not less than 18 years or more than 18 years? Previously, there were instances where more than 21 years were given the voting rights. So the eligibility to enroll into a role also makes a very important point. So that also we should be in a position to understand, and the solutions also has to be defined based on the eligibility of person, and also based on the age range of that person and his or her psychological behavior, or his or her age class. Basically, it is basically 18-year, a teen, an adult, immediate adult, or a youth. So these are the people who are coming into the new electors category. And also there is one more category where people keep on moving, or people's names are deleted, so people keep on shifting their homes. They also have to come into the new electoral role, and how best they can also enroll, and how best they can also participate in the electoral process is the other challenge which is already there, which is present inside the same challenge. So these are the things which are very broad challenges which are there. One is to understand the existing procedure, to find out the problems in the existing procedure, to collect real time information or first hand information from the field, from your friends and family, or through some small interview, so that you will also really understand what exactly is persisting in the system, and then to devise a strategy or a solution to come over that. So this is with respect to the challenge one. So when we come to the challenge two, so it is very specific, not like a challenge one, which is a generalistic challenge. Challenge two is a very specific challenge in which it asks you a solution to increase the participation of urban and young voters in elections, to ensure their involvement in democratic processes. So here we are bucketing a smaller category, smaller stakeholders, where the urban and the youth are targeted. So why are we targeting the urban and the youth? Is because they are the lost souls in this whole democracy. So as we all know that uh, lots of people are moving towards cities. We are having a mass urbanization happening throughout the world, not only in India. So this mass urbanization is in a way threatening the democracy, because people forget to participate in the process. So how best can we involve these people in the democratic process, and what is the importance of democracy, and how are we going to take it to this stakeholders? Because the stakeholders are very very unique, and they are very very defined. Urban stakeholders and youth stakeholders. So in urban also you have different sets of people. Sociologically you can, socioeconomically you can segregate them into different classes, where you have an urban slum, or you have an urban middle class, and you have a urban upper class. So or you have the elite of the elites in the urban areas. So then you have to understand how the dynamics works in different classes, and how you are going to find a solution to make them participate. So you also have to do lots of statistical analysis here, because lots of statistics is already available in ECI's website. I hope you must have gone through ECI's website. If not, please go through ECI's website and try to get hold of the previous electoral turnouts, vote counts, even the party statistics, analytics. Everything is available in ECI's website. So you can have a quick glance of that, and you will be able to understand how urban areas are performing. So urban here doesn't mean only tier 1 cities, even it is tier 2 or tier 3 urban areas, where the difference is always real. So these are some of the issues which are there with respect to urban population. And when we come to youth population, we are not defining youth only in urban areas. So youth involves everybody across urban and rural areas. So that also is something which is a very unique set of class of people, where we need to put emphasis on, and try to reach them in a different manner. So there are some common points where youth come together. So we have to hit the right chord, and we have to find out those areas to use for our solutions. So what are the common points in which the youth can be aggregated? And it may be entertainment, it may be sports, it may be something with respect to any technology which is happening, social media. So these are some tools in which you can use this use the tools to address this challenge. So youth also can be addressed in the holistic manner, because addressing an urban youth will be a little different than addressing a rural youth, because again the literacy comes into picture, the exposure comes into picture. So all those things has to be kept in mind while designing the solution. So these are the first two challenges. The third challenge is again a very open challenge. So once if you understand the first challenge and the second challenge, then automatically you will be in a position to come up with something for the third challenge. So it is something which is very open and very free minded, or a free souled challenge, where there is no restriction on any kind of a solution. uh, it can be very creative, it can be very innovative, out of the box, so there is no limit for your creativity here. uh, it only asks you to devise a solution that can boost voter turnout. So there are two things which is to be very carefully understood here. We are asking something called how to increase the enrollment in one portion, and in other portion we are asking how to increase the voter turnout. So there are two very different challenges here. So enrollment is something which can be done anytime. So you can enroll yourself any number, any day that you want to or you wish to. But voter turnout is something which is on the day of poll. So you making the person come and vote in a polling station is what is very important. So the first step is you have to be a elector, you have to be in the role. The second step is you have to be properly informed to come and vote on that day. So the third challenge allows us, or gives us the opportunity to address that solution, address that problem, to make people come out of the houses and vote, even though they are already enrolled in the electoral roll. So now the problem here is, one side we are talking about enrolling people, and the other side we are talking about converting that enrolled people into votes. So enrolled people into votes is not a very difficult challenge. It is comparatively an easy challenge, provided we really reach all of them with proper information, right time. So putting proper information to the person at the right time with the right content is very important. So then they will be in a position to come and exercise their franchise. So how best are we going to do that conversion from an elector to voter is very important. And that is where again urban areas are failing, because you must have seen press clips and news carrying saying that there is urban apathy, there is youth apathy. So what they mean to say is that youth are not enrolling and urban people are not voting. So these are two different things. So youth getting enrolled into the electoral roll, and urban people who are already enrolled in the roll not coming and voting on the poll day. So this is very clear to us as a challenge. So how are we going to address these challenges? The third challenge is not very specific to urban areas or rural areas or youth or anybody else. It is a very open challenge where you allow anyone, or you make empower anyone to come and vote on the poll day. So these are the three broad challenges which we have. Kaushik, how do we go forward from now on?
So, sir, first of all, thank you for such a
Yeah,
pretty well.
Kaushik, Ujjwal sir also joined the session.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I have
Yeah,
added him on the session as
yeah.
well. Ujjwal, sir, can you hear me?
Thank you.
Hello, sir. Hi, sir. Welcome to the session, sir. Sir, Surya sir was explaining us what are the exact deliverables or what is expected out of the outcomes from the ideas which the participants are submitting, as today is the last date of registrations and idea submissions also close as well. So Surya sir was explaining us all the nitty-gritties and any expectations as such of the mentors for the finale of the hackathon. So, Ujjwal sir, if you could, or if you also have certain points for the participants, so that they should keep in mind, so that would be great for us.
This Surya has already explained about this what is the challenge and what we are expecting from this. What he has already told, I just wanted to add regarding this registration. One part is registration, the entire electoral process for inclusion of the name. That for that one statute is there. We are having this the corresponding laws, and that whatever solutions we will be giving, that has to be in the framework of that law. As far as electoral registration is concerned, uh, whatever the problems we are facing uh, all over India, not only in Karnataka, is that young voter, when they are getting eligible after 18 years to be enrolled as young voter, uh, it is taking some time for them to be enrolled. Last time also I discussed this issue. I will give the example of Bangalore only. In Bangalore, what we are having this population of young voter. In demographic term, we call it age cohort, 18 to 19 years category, who are becoming eligible to become the voter once they attain the age of 18 years. And that is one of the basic criteria to be enrolled. In that particular category, we are supposed to have 3 to 3.5% of the population in that group. But in all urban area, not only the Bangalore, the number of electors in that particular age group is 1%, 1.2%. So if the time they are getting eligible and their name in the electoral roll, yeah, the voter list, what you call in common parlance, is one major issue which we are facing. So all these our young electors are there. They have to tell how that has to be increased. We are having a number of government agencies who will be giving the registration of birth certificate. We are having the database from the school living certificate, which is the date of birth, which will be captured, and that is a legally and statutorily binding for all these future age of proof. These type of things they have to see, and they have to give us solutions. How, when they are becoming 18 years, they are to have to be made aware that they are eligible, and their name through a process, electoral registration process, has to be included in this our elector list. This is one part, so that they have to what we are looking at, that the present system is already in place. We are having a number of government databases. We are also having this behavioral aspects to look after how the young voters are using the internet or any of the medium, and how this entire things can be used to make the electors aware to be included in electoral roll. One part is regarding registration. As far as this urban apathy and voter apathy all is concerned, it is more of a reach out type of program. How to reach out to those target groups. In urban apathy, to give a perspective to all of you, when we see that entire age structure in the urban area, because of the employment opportunity in the urban area, we will be having that what we call productive age group more in the urban area. I will give you the example of Bangalore and Bombay. There's entire population who is residing in this metropolitan, roughly 55 to 56%. To be precise, in Bangalore, is falling under the category 30 years to 49 years age bracket, and they are the uh, it has been researched, well researched in many of this our paper, that the turnout, when you are talking about urban apathy, turnout about this urban group who is employed, well employed, they are not participating the way other strata of the society, other age cohort group, they are participating in the urban area. So in that case, both this two pronged strategy we are looking at, how to reach out to them, make them aware about their particular right, and ensure that on the elections day, not only they are informed from the perspective of this whatever basic minimum things which is required for them to be coming and voting. Some of the things from our side also, what type of facilities can be provided uh, at polling stations in terms of applications, uh, in terms of making the voter coming to the polling stations and their entire voting experience a very pleasant and memorable experience for them. So these are two pronged strategy we are looking at when you are giving the solutions for handling the urban apathy. Kaushik?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, thank you, sir, for those insightful words on understanding how the urban voter engagement is pretty crucial, and how the problem solutions should be around the lines of engaging the youth and the urban voters. So, with this, with both Ujjwal sir and Surya sir's permission, shall we proceed to the Q&A round?
Okay, please go ahead.
Yes, sir. I'll just put up the first questions. Just putting up the questions over here in the chat. So the first question is, will the selected teams get the certificate or not? I assume they would be getting, sir, if you could just explain.
Yeah, selected team will definitely will get a participation certificate. We will give that certificate.
Where will be the offline hackathon be held? So, Harsh, the offline hackathon would be held in Bangalore on 8th and 9th of April.
Yes, that it will be depending upon that number of participants. So we are planning to have this hackathon in Indian Institute of Science Business.
Thank you, sir. Uh, this question is repeatedly coming up on our platforms and queries. Can we get an API for the person data? Because our solution relies on the data we get for every person in order to check their eligibility of the person and notify them.
Surya,
Uh,
you're mute.
Yeah,
Surya sir,
sorry. Yeah. See, from day one, we are very clear on data sharing policy that ECI will not share any data or any APIs for this solution. So it doesn't mean that you have to take it away from the solution designing. So you can always have the data as part of your solution design. If the solution is really workable, or if we feel that yes, we can share the data, it will make a very big difference, then definitely we will take that into account, and we will be in a position to at least give a sample data to test it out.
Yes, that Surya has aptly said that we can share the format in which whatever data structure is there, and what different fields are there. So that will help them. Accordingly, they can have their test data. That can be also shared with them. Surya, that is fine.
Yes, sir. True, sir.
Okay, sir. Moving on to the next question, that is, are there any limitations on technologies we can use to develop the solution? I also wanted to ask, if I don't know coding, can I take help from my friend who is not participating?
This technology is not any technology can be used, and the team can comprise of technician as well as domain expert or functional team. So I don't think that will be any hindrance of them in participating and giving technological solution.
The next question, does coding really needed in this hackathon? So, to answer this, I'll take that question. So, for challenge one, it is only technical solution that is required out of this. So, you need to have some technical solution presented for the challenge one. For the challenge two and the challenge three, you are open to come up with your solutions which are executable. It could be both technical as well as non-technical, right, sir?
Uh, yeah, even for challenge two, also we would like to be it to be more technical, because challenge three will completely take over the non-technical aspect or use of technology for outreach. But challenge one and two are mostly technical, so you can always see, that's what. So that is the reason why we are again and again stressing that this is not only a technical hackathon, this is more of a logical hackathon along with legal provisions. So you have to be well versed in three things. One is the process flow which is already existing, the legal framework which is already existing, and the technology that is going to make the difference.
Got it, sir. Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. Moving on to the next question. Sir, can we cover solutions for all the three problem statement in the presentation, or is it mandatory to choose only one of them? So, sir, just putting up the context, Harsh is asking for the idea submission which he's doing currently in the form of presentation. He's asking, shall his solution cover all the three problem statements, or is it mandatory to choose only one of them?
The categories are three different categories. So if he has to apply, he has to have three different presentations. That is what I think. I don't know. You have to final like confirm that. So then
Yes.
he may have to submit a different presentation for three different problems.
Yes, sir.
This
Yes.
my clarification on this will be like that. There are three different subjects, and that will be evaluated by three different evaluator. There is no restrictions in participating. Some teams want to participate in all these three things, but they have to participate according to this whatever problem statement is there separately.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. Moving to the next question. Can you elaborate on the cost estimation part, as I have no idea how to estimate cost and what are the factors I do have to cover, please? So, sir, just to put up the context again over here. So, the participants are submitting their cost of the execution process of the prototype. Like if they implement the project or the proof of concept that they have, what would be the estimate cost that would be incurred in implementing that proof of concept? So this is in context to that, like if you could elaborate on the cost estimation part, as I have no idea how to estimate cost and what are the factors I do have to cover, please.
Sir, you want to take it up, sir, or should I answer? So actually,
What
see,
is that?
there is no restriction of cost. So we are more interested in the solution. So the whole hackathon is only to get the ideas out. So once the idea is out, we don't bother about the costing. So if the idea is really worth implementing, we can really think of investing on that. So it can be even a small solution for either 1 or 2 lakhs, or it can be for 1 or 2 crores. That is not the issue. The issue is the solution is workable. So that is very important.
Thank you, sir. So moving on to the next question. Uh, if we submit the idea today, how soon can we know the results of it, as we need to get the tickets for traveling? So, Chris, the final shortlist announcement for the finale of 8th and 9th April would be done on Monday. That is uh, just after the 2 days. So, on Monday, the final shortlist announcement would be done, in which the names of the teams who are selected for the finale of 8th and 9th April would be announced. So, I hope that answers the question. Sir, shall we move on to the next question?
Yeah, yeah.
So, Ankit has a question. Can we come with an idea of interstate solution?
Yeah, definitely.
A pan-India
So there,
solution can give
It's a
an
pan
idea
India.
of pan-India solution. So interstate will be a subset of pan-India solution.
Shall we move on to the next question, sir?
Yeah, please.
Yeah. Uh, so, this is one question from Sivasankar. How submitter will be rewarded if Hacker Skill or Election Commission copied our idea in part? Suppose our group not selected for the final round. So, Sivasankar, to answer this, first of all, this is an innovation hackathon, which is completely on the basis of the innovation presented by the participants, and only on the mutual consensus of the teams. If any idea is selected, will be proceeded further. Surya sir, Ujjwal sir, if you have any points on it.
yeah, I think the IP and other things are very clear. I have to see because organizers have to mention that. So if it is not mentioned, please make a note and mention the IP. So the stand of ECI is also very clear. We want to be very clean. So if there is any, there is also something called plagiarism, which is being checked also. So for that, we need to mention that also here. So if there is original ideas, that will be given to the person who has developed that or brought that to us. So we will also be in a position to bring you on board if we really want to work with the solution.
So, as Surya sir stated, if you check the terms and conditions section of the website, you will find the IP right section, which clearly states that the IP right retains the first right of denial stays with the team which is proposing the idea. Only the constraint being it should be an original idea of the team. So, I hope that answers the question. Sir, the same question again. Are there any data sets or API provided by the Election Commission to implement in the first problem statement? So it's a no. You can utilize the dummy data sets, which you can train your models in if you are training something. But currently, no APIs or data sets will be provided by the Election Commission of India. So, sir, there's another question. Can Aadhaar be considered as a source of data?
This,
Uh,
yes, so yeah, you go ahead.
no, sir. Please, please.
Yeah, that Election Commission of India, that for making the epic card unique and no duplication shall be there as far as this entries in electoral roll is there. We have the linkages of Aadhaar with our epic card. As far as this source is concerned, that will be a challenge because this how this Aadhaar database can be linked to the electoral database. As of now, there is no policy regarding this. As a policy, all those whose name is entered in the electoral roll, their Aadhaar, this has to be linked with Aadhaar. So, yeah, you have something to add on that.
Yeah. So as Sir mentioned, recently there is a amendment to the uh, guideline and the rules where people can voluntarily add link Aadhaar. It is not compulsory, even though. So Aadhaar as a data, yes, ECI has its Epic card linked with Aadhaar, but getting the data is something difficult because we don't save the Aadhaar data. We only encrypt and keep it. So, as you know, Aadhaar is a very secure database where the encryption only is done in Aadhaar. So, even ECI also has an encrypted data of Aadhaar only with us, which is mapped to us in our database. So, Aadhaar data is not available with us.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. So, with this, we'll take the last question. There are multiple questions for this query, which is there any traveling cost or reimbursement? So, to answer it, there's no traveling or reimbursement cost associated with this hackathon. The teams which will be selected, their accommodations for the 30 hours in the hackathon venue would be taken care by the organizing team. Apart from that, travel costs are not included because it's a huge opportunity for the teams to showcase their ideas and present it to the Election Commission of India directly. I hope that clears the queries over there. With this, with like we are at the end of the session. So, Surya sir and Ujjwal sir, any closing statements about the AMA session? Any things which you feel that the participants should keep in mind while they are making their submissions? If like while the submissions have already been done, some of the teams are still able to edit that and make changes. So, any last advice to the teams in terms of how they could make the impact and make sure that their ideas are selected?
Usual, sir.
This have a uh, this being the all young participants. What we're expecting is that some genuine ideas, which is very practical and which can be easily implementable irrespective of the technological stack they want to use. We're basically looking at the this processes with the uh, different type of databases we are having. How is the behavior of the different group of electors are there? A lot of write up is already available on that. Keeping that in mind, uh, we're looking at that what type of processes we can introduce and how this present information which is there at different databases of the government that can be utilized. I'm talking about problem statement number one. Problem number statement number two and three is all about your out of box solutions, innovation, especially problem statement number three. It is all about this, not about technology or any confined statutory framework. It is all about innovation. Come out with with this your this genuine solutions, which which will be helping all of us in our objective. The objectivity is that all the eligible voters has to be in electoral roll, and once they are in the electoral roll on the day of elections, they should come out and vote. So, what I will request all our participants to have a very clear understanding of the present processes and how to use or modify the present processes to give a solution. Uh, what about the problem statement we have given to them? So yeah, you can.
Yeah. Yeah, we have pretty much covered everything. So All the best, everyone. Most of you must have already submitted the proposals, and most of you might be working on the last day. So be clear on the logics. That is something very important, because election commission's procedures are well laid, and it is a very rigid system. So out of the box ideas also sometimes have to fit into this rigid system. So you have to have a very clear logics behind your out of the box ideas also. And also the whole process of elections is very transparent. So whatever solutions we provide, we should also have the transparency module into it. So it should satisfy all sets of people. It should satisfy all stakeholders, political parties, candidates. So the solution should not create any bias or any speculation to any set of stakeholders, because you all know what is happening with EVMs also, even though lots of proving has happened. So whenever you make a solution, you understand that the logics are kept simple and transparent, and it is agnostic of all other factors. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. Thanks, Ujjwal sir. Thanks, Surya sir, for joining in and explaining to the participants what are the things that they should keep in mind while it's at the final stages of idea submissions. So, thanks a lot, teams, for joining in. With this, we'll conclude the session. Remember, idea submissions close tonight at
Yeah.
11:59 p.m. IST, and shortlist announcements would be done on Monday. The hackathon is on next Saturday and Sunday, that is 8th and 9th of April. So thank you everyone. Thanks a lot for joining in. Stay tuned and make your submissions as soon as possible. Also, if there are any final moment queries regarding the submissions, please feel free to drop your email at electhon2023 at the rate hacktoskill.com. My email ID would be dropped in the chat. So thank you everyone. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Surya sir. Thanks a lot, Ujjwal sir. Thanks a lot, Manjunath sir.
Yeah,
Kaushik,
thank you
you
so
would like
much.
to take a session with us? How to go about this shortlisting and all? Once you
Yes,
drop
sir.
from
Yes,
participants.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.